I guess.
Okay,
Well, it's.
awesome.
I guess I'll still give a quick intro.
There's nowhere to run.
Letting
Sure.
Luke take over the floor. So for new listeners here, welcome to the third workshop of the Network Stake Hackathon, hosted by Mask Network and Matchbox DAO. I'll still give a quick screen share of our official website to give you guys a brief idea of what
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Your background is a bit noisy.
Yeah, I'm in a. Let me try to. I'm in a. Back.
It's okay. I guess I'll give my quick 2-minute intro.
Oh, we can handle it. We're professionals.
You can take over. So this hackathon has a theme of the network state. The reason we're doing this is partially because of the popular network state book, but also partially that we're actually building the virtual network state. We have two focus of this hackathon. One is social, Web3 social, and the other is on-chain gaming. And as you can see, since this is co-hosted by both Matchbox and Musk, essentially Matchbox is providing on the on-chain gaming part, and Musk Network, if you guys don't know, is a top-tier Web3 social project providing on the Web3 social part. We have a complete lineup on the Web3 social front, including XID, the DID solution, RSS3, the feed solution, and Web3 MQ. Luke is with us working on the messaging and notification protocol. So here's the theme. Let's move down a little bit. So for the schedule, we're starting today and ending on February the 20th. We're with a brand company. Projects needs to submit their product by February the 17th. We're going to have a 2-day review period before the prices. The total price is over 50K, with the gold price sitting at 20K.
Another one.
The category price is at 30.
And another one.
We're also going to have additional incubation and grants to the winners of this hackathon. For about us, we see the co-hosts, and mostly we want this hackathon to be Stockholm focused, but we don't necessarily say that you have to do it on Stocknet, since lots of the stuff are being new, and we're still okay with like stuff not building on top of the Stocknet. For judges and partners, we do have quite a party. So with us, Janik has given us a speech 2 hours ago. Henry from the Stockware ecosystem team just gave us a speech, and Luke right here is going to talk right now. For partners, as you can see, we have the gaming partners, we have the social partners, and we have the infra and general tech partners. And we also have a wide range support from the developer community. So with that, I guess I can give the floor back to Luke to talk about Web3 MQ.
Yeah, hey guys. All right, cool. Let me just share my screen real quick. All right. Let's see, screens, entire screen. All right, go live. Alrighty. Cool. So yeah, I'll just today give a really brief intro about what 3MQ is, and is anybody actually not muting their mic, or is it my problem? I'm hearing like some gaming, or commercials or whatnot. I don't know, but anyways, yeah. So really quickly, introducing what Web3MQ is, and you know what people can do, what people can build. Also, perhaps in tandem with our partners, and and at the same time, yeah, just kind of give a little bit of inspiration to our fellow hackers in terms of how to utilize our tool to help bring better user interaction experiences and better social experiences to their customers in a scalable, high performance, but also truly trustless manner.
Just following the
So,
form of your
um,
stroke.
yeah,
Always
really, beginning with
use
what
rendering.
Web3MQ is.
Some
Well,
models apply to use preferable
so Web3MQ started.
another hour or two just rendering though. In case you're wondering, everything that goes into rendering is a balancing act between refining the stroke economy and doing stroke direction, of course, the biggest brush you can for situations.
So generally at Web3MQ, the reason we started making this was that we believe that the next wave for crypto is going to be all about users, everyday users.
I don't need to
And
dive
so we thought that if we wanted to onboard large scales of new users, then we thought that this would mean that interactions with other users and crypto systems would be extremely important. And so when you look at crypto systems today, they're rather siloed. The thing is, public chain's awesome. It's the nexus of everything, but it's also true that everything interacts with the public chain, right? The wallet interacts with the public chain, the DApp interacts with the public chain, but vice versa. Wallets can't really interact with other wallets, and wallets can't really interact with DApps, at least not in a trustless fashion. And so, what we see is that as a result, so oh, I'm still online, right? All right. Yeah. So what we see is that as a result, when wallet and DApp interaction is not capable, we have these situations where my wallet is different from my desktop, then it's really hard to sign. And also for applications like games, you get these scenarios where you just have to keep on signing and signing and signing because the DApp can't really talk to the wallet. And there's no way to contextualize information, and all you can do is send these signature requests, and of course the wallet just needs to sign these to make sure that the public chain knows that the user has given permission to whatever application. And so and also at the same time, not having wallet to wallet interaction means the wallet as a proxy of the user can't really talk to each other. So even though there's this seemingly very easy way to do social on Web3 by having wallets be able to communicate with each other, be able to follow and subscribe to each other, but due to a lack of infrastructure, it's not possible yet. And more of a burning question, I guess, is if you've ever tried to buy an ENS name and it was already taken, and you're willing to actually pay money for it, but the truth is that it's literally an address, and you can kind of already feel that connection. But in reality, there's really no way to actually send anything to that address and communicate. So these are kind of current pains, and what we're doing with Web3MQ is to use messaging middleware as a bridge, trustless messaging as a bridge to connect different components of the Web3 ecosystem, and to make interactions and user social under high throughput, low latency, and high scale really good. And so in a gist, so the technical core of Web3MQ is that we're essentially a big ass federated pub/sub service. So if you guys have ever used anything like RabbitMQ or ActiveMQ back in Web 2, that's essentially what we're doing. So message brokerage, either point to point or publish subscribe messaging. And that's also why we got our name. We named ourselves Web3MQ. So we wanted developers to be able to recognize that this is what we do for developers in a very specific manner. And so basically, as how traditional publish subscribe messaging works, there's various topics within the network, and publishers publish to the topic and subscribers subscribe, and that's how message brokerage works within the Web3MQ ecosystem. Now, just to really quickly highlight, so what makes Web3MQ very, very different from our competitors is that just very much like Ethereum, we're federated. So that means that anybody can join, and anybody can grow part of the messaging network. Now, although of course other networks like the Nostra nowadays have even more aggressive federation, but that also brings scaling and performance problems. So yeah, currently the way we make ourselves trustless is that we make it possible for any party, any user, or any developer to boot up a node and grow part of the Web3 MQ messaging network. And also when messages are routed between the network, well, uh, they don't go through any centralized node. Um, and so we, as supposedly the creators of this network, don't really have control over it. And also, one thing to highlight is it's generally something that people also want to do, right? Messaging, whether it's between users or simply as an infrastructure component. People always know that communications is valuable, but currently the landscape, I would say, is that there's about 3 families. And how it works is that there's one family of providers that claim they do kind of Web3 push, Web3 messaging, or Web3 communications, but in reality, they're just Web2 services that support, wallet addresses and ENS addresses. Um, and so that's kind of the first family. So if you want something that's truly Web3 native and truly trustless, there's actually only 2 choices. Outside of us, there's something called Waku, which stemmed out of the original Whisper project. Projects like XMTP and Wallet Connect are actually building on top of Waku. But the thing about Waku is that when they built Waku, they left a very, very big flaw in terms of how messages are broadcast across different nodes within that system. And so, at the end of the day, Waku became very, very unscalable in terms of bandwidth consumption. So I think actual numbers are that if Waku has around 100K DAUs, the whole network is going to consume around 500 megabytes of average bandwidth for each node, and that's pretty steep. If you have a good internet connection and try it out on your own laptop, generally you'll get something like a few hundred megabytes. So like 100 to 300 megabytes, and yeah, so it's really hard to run Waku nodes, especially when there's more and more users, because it doesn't grow up linearly. It actually grows up faster than linear order. So yeah, so that's the Waku family. And Web3 MQ, we designed a lot of things very differently from the bottom up. So in terms of throughput and latency performance, which a lot of people call speed, we're generally 2 to 5 times better than the whole Waku family. But more importantly, we're about 30 times better than the Waku family when it comes to scalability, because we truly believe that if we were to serve users of Web3, then being scalable, being able to handle scale is something that's very important for developers that might want to build on top of us. So yeah, and then also thing is we've done a lot to make sure that Web3 MQ was built for just as much for technology as it is for users. So generally, the thing about current day most crypto systems is that there's one crucial key pair, right, which is the your account key pair. But the thing about most messaging systems is that they'll have another key pair, which is the encryption key pair. So even though just having one key pair has created these huge industry problems around user experience and user interoperability across multiple clients. Well, right now, the way trustless messaging works, you have to add another key pair into the mix. So it does really become a huge challenge how to design accounts and solve problems like how to not have things like seed phrases, and also how to make sure that multi-client porting is easy to do because different from wallets, right? Chat is something, chat and social and other more user-oriented applications are things where you would ideally want to be able to log in multi-client and do things multi-client. And also the thing is in traditional crypto, right? If you lose your keys or somebody else steals them, then your account is compromised forever. Either it's gone forever or compromised forever. And so same thing with more user-oriented stuff, right? If my encryption keys mean that once they're exposed or once they're lost, and if the whole account is lost or compromised due to that, it's a really awful user experience for the user. Um, and so one thing that Web3MQ is unique about is that we're using abstract accounts. And it's also why I guess we're pretty close to Starkware and Starknet because, as everybody knows, the best account abstraction today comes from Starknet. And so for us, due to multiple levels of keys that can be replaced if exposed, we can actually provide experiences that are multi-client and also socially recoverable or recoverable via other methods. And also the fact that we have an abstract account also means that we can support wallets and different wallets from different chains very natively. So by default, we support Ethereum wallets very, very well. But for those who do know, Starknet actually has a different type of a wallet system um, from the default Ethereum family, and also things like Solana and Move wallets we do support very, very well too, in terms of the messaging component. And yeah, and so that was the really quick, brief intro, and then I guess after this, I'll give a few cases of how to build actual applications of in terms of the architecture on top of Web3MQ. But I guess at this point, I'll do a small pause and just take any questions if anybody has questions about the general picture of Web3MQ and what it is. Yep. Are we all good? All right. If we're all good, then
Yeah.
I'll. Yep. Is there a question or?
Oh, I was saying, looks like we're all good. You can
Okay.
go ahead
Good.
with
All right.
whatever you're going to
Um,
present next.
yeah, cool. I guess we're Gucci then. Yeah. So a few examples and some of the non-obvious ones first. So one example of using Web3MQ. This is kind of a key use case nowadays is that we provide trustless messaging, so that can also be used in a infrastructure sense. And for those who know what Wallet Connect is, it actually isn't a auth protocol. It's not a wallet protocol at all, actually. So Wallet Connect is more of a message relay. What it does is that it relays signature requests and signatures from the DApp to the wallet because there's no way to really connect the DApp and wallet. Like the wallet itself is not a computing unit, right? So there's no way that the wallet can send RPC requests or like HTTP RESTful requests to the DApp. If we're talking about just the core wallet, because to keep it right, the only thing to do is the side stuff. And so the way that works, if you want wallets and dApps to be able to talk to each other, basically it's between it's going to be via signature requests and signatures. That's the language that wallets and dApps speak. And so what you will need is a messaging bridge in between. And generally, so Web3MQ being this very thoroughly trustless decentralized messaging network, you can route these signature requests and signatures through Web3MQ to build these, authentication experiences that are very seamless and cross-client and whatnot. And then there's actually more mature SDKs available alongside this dimension if people are interested in building, smoother wallet experiences or whatnot that can connect to dApps in a better way and do things like session uh, signing and DID login without passwords and whatnot. Yeah, so and also in terms of more, I guess, more cliche use cases, or actually, I'll give this example first. The other style of applications that people can build that's probably very, very important to social with Web3MQ is these Twitter and RSS style asynchronous follower feeds. So things like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook all have these follower feeds, and for even for Web2 mobile applications, push notifications was a huge thing that really brought together users and applications in terms of engagement. And so, what you can do with Web3MQ is that because we are a publish subscribe messaging model, it's easy to publish anything like, say, wallet related activities or just content posts or new pictures or whatnot to the message queue, the PubSub queue, and the PubSub queue would take care of all the fan out to every subscriber. So making sure that every subscriber receives updates on these new wallet activities or new posts or whatnot. And this doesn't matter if the wallet wasn't online at the time of the post. So when this wallet logs in, it will be posted to that other wallet's account regardless. So that's what 3MQ in terms of more infrastructure use cases. And then, of course, last but not least, the more traditional social use cases are also, of course, key on top of Web3MQ. Things like point-to-point messaging for DMs can be done very natively. And then also for groups and communities. And this is actually also how current day message rooms and message chats are designed. They're designed around these PubSub message brokers. So generally, what you do is you have a PubSub topic as a room, and everybody subscribes to that topic. And whenever somebody sends any message through the group, basically that's a publish to the topic, and all the subscribers, which are all the people in the room, get to receive all of the messages. And that's generally how probably Discord works too, behind the curtains, since we're all on Discord. So these are kind of just real quick examples. And I guess let me see if I can find a few let's see, videos of what we've been doing. I'll stop streaming here, and so I'll just give a few real quick video demos of what we've done with other partners, and perhaps what people in the hackathon can do for their customers. So let's see. This and yeah, I'm just looking for a video. Sorry, we're still online. Media. All right. Downloads. All right, cool. Yeah. Now let me reshare this. All right. So let's share my screen. Screen. Go live. Okay. This is a little small. The fidelity was mostly based on a what's it called? Fidelity was mostly around mobile, but this is kind of an example for what you can do around in-game chat. So basically, people would have to log in with our standard components. So we've taken care of the kind of key creation part that's really standard to connect to the Web3MQ network. And once you create a password, this is actually more for key generation. So we generate keys with signatures and passwords, and then you can enter chat rooms and chat with other people. And this is also, of course, interoperable across clients. So, you see this within the game, but within any other, say, any other wallet that supports us, you can see this too. So this is one example, and then another example might be that, which is I'll show how kind of you can build login experiences with Web3 MQ2. This is more of a very classic a wallet connect case of login, but we support things like this too. And so this might be cool. I know some people are trying to build wallets for this hackathon, and so if you guys are trying to build wallets, this might be something cool to do. Or at the same time, things like DIDs. Um, People can build these experiences like say you just put in your DID, and then that will be pushed to our wallet, and then authentication will be successful. So things like this are possible with Web3 MQ. Just really essentially, so what we do is to serve users and make Web3 interactions much more seamless, much more frictionless, and much more interactive for the end user. And yeah, so also lastly, how the integration works is that it's generally one WebSocket handling everything. So whether it's signature requests or signatures, or push notifications and feeds, or DMs and group messages, all of them go through the Web3MQ pops up network. The client connects to the network via WebSocket, and everything gets handled within that WebSocket. So it's pretty uniform in terms of the developer experience. Yeah, and I guess a little bit of a share about our roadmaps. Currently, we're in Q1, so just prepping up to do a incentivized testnet of the Web3 MQ Beta 1.0. And there's going to be these incentivization programs for developers too. So if you guys are trying to build these, more seamless user onboarding experiences or social experiences or authentication experiences within Web3, but also want it to be on top of a trustless infrastructure. That's also high performance and high skill. Do build on top of Web3 MQ because we have lots of incentivized programs, coming up in March and whatnot. So, yeah, that's generally it. I guess, yeah, this last bit is why we started this. But yeah, I guess I can begin start taking questions and um, you know if you have a idea that you're trying to build right now that's pertaining to either user interactions or user DApp interactions via wallets. Love to take a few questions and yeah, answer them.
Sure. Thank you, Luke, for the wonderful presentation. And then we're opening up the floor for
Gotcha.
questions.
So I wanted to ask, how long does it take for the message to be passed? Is it instant or does it take time?
Yeah, so generally
I think
latency is
someone's
about Kelvin, right?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I guess what you were asking is the latency part. So generally, latency on Web3 MQ, it's about if you're close to the relay, it's going to be something like 50 to 70 milliseconds, which is very very fast. And even if you're far from the relay, generally it gets done between like 200 to 300 milliseconds, even at the longest. On average, you can think of it as around about 100 milliseconds. So yeah, that would be the very specific idea of how latency might be on the network. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. Awesome. And I guess so there's a chat for this session, right? So workshop session, and I'll put in the so we just made this Telegram group so that if you have any questions, we can answer it um, as quick as possible. Developer questions, and yeah, I'll post the Telegram link here just so that it's easier to yeah.
Sure.
Let me
You
see.
can do it using the workshop chat group, chat channel,
Yeah,
and also the general chat channel. But in
yeah.
case people have like access to the workshop chat.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll put this in the workshop chat, and then um, let me try the general. Okay, general chats. Okay, gotcha. I found it. General chat. Okay, I'll put this here too. Right. With MQ developer group for those any questions answered. And yeah, and there's actually also groups for other languages, notably Mandarin, if people need those. If you do need stuff like that, do feel free to ping me. Yeah, but I'll just put the default group here. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess are there further questions, or otherwise we can try to give some time back to everyone, I guess.
Maybe we can still keep it here for a few minutes, and if not, we can conclude after that.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I'll wait for a few minutes and yeah, make sure these links are here. All right. Docs. All right.
I guess we do have a relatively quiet crowd here. So thank you everyone for participating in today's 3 sessions. And tomorrow we are going to have 3 more, and in coming 4 days where we're going to have like 13, well, 12, 10 more. For the tomorrow ones, I think we have Nell from radio to talk about Star EX. Free Coben from Starknet ID to talk about the identity solution, and Guilty Joseph from Topology to talk about on-chain game engine. Thank you so much for listening tonight, and have a good one. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yep.